Buckle up, folks, because we're talking about space. And no, not the kind with twinkling stars and inspiring astronauts. We're diving into a realm where the stakes are higher than ever before, and the competition is fierce. This isn't just about exploration or scientific discovery anymore. It's about power, control, and dominance. We're talking about a new kind of space race, one where the stakes are higher than ever. This modern space race is a high-stakes game of chess with nations vying for technological supremacy and strategic advantages. It's a race that could redefine global power structures and influence the future of humanity. This ain't your grandpappy's Cold War space race with cheesy propaganda films and awkward moonwalks. Back then, it was about proving ideological superiority and national pride. Today, it's about securing assets that could control communication, navigation, and even military operations. This time, it's serious business. The technology has advanced exponentially, and the implications are far-reaching. We're talking about satellites that can spy on entire nations, disrupt communications, and even disable other satellites. The battlefield has expanded beyond Earth, and the consequences of losing this race could be catastrophic. China is coming in hot, developing technology that could threaten the US's long-held dominance in space. They're not just launching satellites, they're creating a comprehensive space strategy that includes everything from lunar exploration to space-based solar power. Their ambitions are grand and their progress is rapid. And before you say, John, you're being paranoid, let me tell you, the US Space Force is singing the same tune. They're not just preparing for potential threats, they're actively working to counter them. The establishment of the US Space Force itself is a testament to the seriousness of the situation. They're straight up saying that China's gunning for the top spot, and they're not afraid to use some shady tactics to get there. From cyber attacks to anti-satellite weapons, the methods being employed are as sophisticated as they are concerning. The rules of engagement in space are still being written, and not everyone is playing fair. Think about it. Everything from your GPS to your Instagram feed relies on satellites. These aren't just tools for scientists and military personnel, they're integral to our daily lives. Our dependence on space-based technology is profound, and any disruption could have cascading effects on global communication, navigation, and even financial systems. Now imagine those satellites getting blown to smithereens. The debris alone could create a chain reaction, damaging other satellites and creating a hazardous environment in space. This isn't just science fiction, it's a real possibility that experts are actively trying to prevent. Yeah, not so funny anymore, is it? The potential for disruption is immense and the consequences could be dire. From interrupted communications to compromised national security, the stakes are incredibly high. This is a challenge that requires immediate attention and action. The US is facing a serious challenge, and it's time we start paying attention. This isn't just about maintaining dominance, it's about ensuring the safety and stability of our technological infrastructure. The future of space is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The race is on, and the outcome will shape the world for generations to come. Let's cut to the chase. General Chance Saltzman, the big cheese over at the US Space Force, is a worried man. And when someone in his position starts to worry, it's time to sit up and take notice. He's been sounding the alarm bells about China, and he's not mincing words. In fact, his warnings are becoming more urgent with each passing day. Saltzman's message is clear. China is rapidly militarizing space. This isn't just a race to the moon or Mars, it's a race to dominate the space around our planet. They're developing all sorts of nasty surprises to take out our satellites, and they're not afraid to use them. These aren't just theoretical weapons, they're real, and they're dangerous. We're talking lasers, jammers, you name it. If it can mess with a satellite, China's probably working on it. These technologies can blind, disable, or even destroy our satellites, which are crucial for everything from GPS navigation to military communications. This isn't just some hypothetical threat either. The evidence is mounting, and it's becoming harder to ignore. China's already shown they're willing to play dirty in space. They've conducted tests and demonstrations that leave little doubt about their intentions. Remember that time they blew up one of their own satellites in 2007? That wasn't just a show of force, it was a clear message to the world. Yeah, that created a massive cloud of space debris that's still circling the Earth today, threatening other satellites. This debris poses a significant risk to all spacefaring nations, not just the United States. So, yeah, when General Saltzman speaks, it's probably a good idea to listen. His warnings aren't just about protecting American interests, they're about maintaining the stability and safety of space for everyone. The stakes are incredibly high, and the consequences of inaction could be catastrophic. We need to take these threats seriously and work together to ensure that space remains a domain of peace and cooperation, not conflict and destruction. Here's the scary part. China's not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. Over the past few years, they've made significant strides in their space technology and military capabilities. They're pouring tons of money into developing weapons that can cripple or destroy satellites. This isn't just a theoretical exercise, it's a very real and present danger. We're not talking about your run-of-the-mill missiles here. These are advanced systems designed with cutting-edge technology to ensure precision and effectiveness. China's developing sophisticated anti-satellite missiles that can hit targets in high orbit. These missiles are capable of reaching satellites that are thousands of miles above the Earth. These missiles are designed to take out our most critical satellites, the ones responsible for things like communication, navigation, and, oh yeah, nuclear command and control. Imagine the chaos if these vital systems were suddenly knocked out. It's a terrifying thought, right? Military officials around the world are deeply concerned about the implications of this new technology. Imagine a world where the US military can't communicate with its troops, where GPS systems go haywire, and where the threat of nuclear war suddenly becomes very real. The potential for disruption is enormous. That's what we're talking about here. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario. It's a very real possibility that military strategists are actively preparing for. This is the new arms race, and it's happening right above our heads. The stakes are incredibly high, and the consequences of falling behind could be catastrophic. While there are international treaties in place to prevent the weaponization of space, the reality is that countries are still pushing the boundaries. Global cooperation is more crucial than ever to prevent an all-out space war. Scientists and engineers are working tirelessly to develop new technologies that can protect our satellites and ensure the safety of our space assets. This includes everything from advanced shielding to new forms of satellite communication. Defense systems are being put in place to monitor potential threats and provide early warnings. These systems are designed to detect and neutralize any attempts to disrupt our satellite networks. Despite the looming threat, space exploration continues to advance. Future missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond are still on the horizon, and the International Space Station remains a symbol of what can be achieved through cooperation. Global leaders are coming together to discuss space policy and ensure that space remains a domain for peaceful exploration and scientific discovery. These discussions are vital for maintaining the balance of power and preventing conflict. It's important to remember that space technology plays a crucial role in our everyday lives. From weather forecasting to global communications, satellites are an integral part of modern society. The future of space technology is filled with potential. Innovative solutions and next-generation satellites promise to revolutionize the way we live and work. But with this potential comes the responsibility to protect and preserve the space environment for future generations. As we navigate this new arms race, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. The decisions we make today will shape the future of space for years to come. This is the new frontier, and it's up to us to ensure it's a safe and secure one. Section 4. Jamming the signals, a silent threat. Missiles aren't the only thing we need to worry about. China's also getting really good at jamming technology. Think of it like this. You're trying to watch the Super Bowl and suddenly your neighbor cranks up their death metal music so loud that your TV can't pick up the signal. That's kind of what jamming does to satellites. China can use powerful ground-based jammers to disrupt the signals our satellites rely on. That means they could potentially blind our military, cut off communications, and even interfere with GPS systems. And the worst part? It's a silent attack. We might not even know we're being attacked until it's too late. Section 5. Lasers in space science fiction or reality. Okay, remember when I mentioned lasers? I wasn't kidding. China's been developing directed energy weapons, including lasers that can blind or even destroy satellites. Yes, you heard that right. Lasers in space. It sounds like something out of Star Wars, but this is the reality we're living in. These lasers could be used to temporarily blind our satellites, disrupting their ability to gather intelligence or communicate. Or, in a worst-case scenario, they could be powerful enough to cause permanent damage, effectively turning our expensive satellites into space junk. And before you ask, yes, The US is also working on laser technology, but the difference is China's been making significant progress and they're not afraid to flaunt it. Section 6. A Space Force grounded by budget constraints. Here's the kicker. The US Space Force, the very organization tasked with protecting our interests in space, is facing some serious challenges. The biggest one? Money, honey. Despite facing an increasingly aggressive China, the Space Force is struggling to secure the funding it needs to keep up. They're constantly being asked to do more with less, which is like trying to win a Formula One race with a beat-up old Honda Civic. The US government needs to wake up and realize that space is no longer some abstract concept. It's the new battleground, and we need to be prepared to invest in our defense. Section 7. Reckless actions, lasting consequences, the debris dilemma. Remember that Chinese satellite they blew up back in 2007? That wasn't just a one-off event. Both China and Russia have conducted anti-satellite missile tests that have created dangerous clouds of space debris. This debris poses a serious threat to other satellites, including those used for civilian purposes. We're talking about everything from weather forecasting to telecommunications to GPS navigation. It's like playing a cosmic game of billiards, except the stakes are much higher. One collision could trigger a chain reaction that could knock out thousands of satellites, crippling our way